So guys, this is my weekly report for October 12th. I'm back from Alaska and I'm sitting out here in the Delta and look at this wind. It's been terrible. It's been 20 to 30 mile an hour winds all morning from the get-go. Can't go where I want to go. Before I went to Alaska, I was catching all these stripers in the Sherman Island and the flats and over by Pittsburgh. And the fish have been in anywhere from 1 to 5 feet of water. Got out here today and it's like this from the get-go, so I couldn't even go out there. So I stayed over on the San Joaquin side because it's a southwest wind and grafted a few fish and only caught one keeper, about 5-pounder. And you know, we only fished for a couple hours. I'm ready to pack it up and go home. It's white capping out here. So other things going on besides the striper fishing has been really hot. And I just got back from Alaska, like I said, and you know, that was a really good trip. But one of the hottest things going on in our area right now is the albacore. Um, we got back on Thursday, and Laura Lee went with us, and she packed up her stuff, and she has a place up in Fort Bragg, and she went up there, and next day she texted me a picture. They put 32 albacore in the boat, 17 miles out. My brother went to Bodega. They caught some albacore, but they went 35 miles out. So, you know, if you go up north, you watch the water temp break. It's probably closer to shore. You got a longer drive, but it's actually a shorter by boat. And it's been on fire up there. This last week, it's been really good as long as you could get out. The weather's been really bad, but when you that window opportunity, you need to get out there. Other things, a friend of mine called me yesterday and said that he was out Sunday at Moss Landing. He caught 2 bluefin. He had one looked like about 80, another one was over 100. And he's trolling Mad Maxes, and he saw some rolling. So, you know, when the weather's good enough to get out, you need to get out there. And I don't think he went very far. I think he told me 30 or 40 miles out. So the bluefin are in, the albacore are in, so it's just time to get out there. The bottom fishing, you know, it's open in 20 fathoms, which is the shallow water, and just watch your race because it does close here pretty soon. And the fight is just crazy. It's just whether you could get out there because of this wind. You know, this year has been really bad for wind. We've had wind like this, you know, every day. You know, it's just windy and it makes it rough to get out there. You got to look for those windows of opportunity to get out there. But the albacore and bluefin, they're definitely in the areas. The albacore hitting the zookers and cedar plugs, and the Mad Maxes for the bluefin. But it's been, when the weather's right and you can get out there, you need to hook your boat up and get out there. So other things happening, like I said, the rock fishing's been solid. A friend of mine went to Bodega, caught some nice lings. I know Jim Smith on the Cal Don 2's been killing the lingcod. I mean, they are catching more lingcod than rockfish, and they're getting some monsters. You know, these fish are in that 15 to 30 pound range, and just loading the boat. Everybody's catching limits and just hammering them. He's outside of San Francisco, up north from the Golden Gate. So, you know, the bottom fishing's off the hook when the weather could get good. It's just this is a time of year when fishing just turns on. Dungeness crab season opens the first Saturday of November, and I think if you read the regs, they're going to close the 20 fathom and then they're going to open it again. So it's going to be open in the same time Dungeness season. And, you know, we go to Bodega, dump our pots out there and go rock fishing and catch a lot of lings. Those lingcods come in shallow water in the fall to spawn. You know, I've been fishing there for over 25 years, maybe longer, and around November and December when the weather permits, we get out there and just hammer them lings, and we're in like 25 to 35 feet of water. So it's a lot of fun fishing. It's all going to happen here real soon, so, you know, get ready. Halibut, they're doing okay. They're still catching a lot of fish on the North Bar when the weather permits. Some of the guys seal rock, Alcatraz. I know guys that caught some nice fish at Alcatraz this last week. So, you know, the halibut fishing's been solid, and it's been really good this year for many, many months already. I think everybody's just getting tired of halibut. And leopard sharks. Hey, in the bay, your six packs like Jay Lopes, Richie Acosta, Steve Mitchell, even Jim Smith at times. They'll take a group out for leopard sharks, and they're having like 20 to 50 fish days. Just unbelievable action. So if there's shark fishing, you could call any of those guys. You could just Google their names, and call them up and see if they're going to do one of the trips, or they might make a. If you got a full load on a boat, they might even just book you. So the leopard shark fishing has been just off the hook. Surf fishing, a lot of guys are asking about surf fishing. I haven't heard too much. I got a couple friends that do it all the time, but they haven't been out lately. But they said it should be good. So, I really can't tell you whether it's been on fire or not, but this is the time of year that you could usually catch them. So other than that, coming in the inside a little further, we got the stripers. They're down here in the Delta pretty thick. I know Teague's been in the port of Sacramento spooning a lot of them. It looked like he had a couple 10-pounders the other day. Um, they're everywhere. Before I went to Alaska, we were in Sherman and out to Pittsburgh fishing all the flats in 1 to 5 feet and using 5-inch swim baits, and we hammered them. So they're everywhere. I mean, guys are trolling. Mark Wilson, these guys are trolling in 15 feet of water on the West Bank. They've been over in Broad Slough, but they've been hammering. So there's just a lot of stripers in the system right now. So it's time to, if you want to get stripers, just got to get a window opportunity. Like this morning, I almost canceled, and I said, let's just go anyway. I already got the boat hooked up. And we came out here, and it's like this, white capping, and it's hard to control the boat. I couldn't even go in shallow water today because it's just rolling in there, so I didn't even go. And we tried fishing a little deeper, and like I said, we caught one keeper, one about 5 pounds. So, we're going to end the day a little early today because of the way the weather is. Other stuff happening, I know the bass fishing in the lakes have been pretty decent. Don Paganelli's been still catching them. It's not like it was. The spoon bite's picking up. He told me at Berryessa, the fall is normally when we start getting short days and the weather starts cooling, so it's going to start cooling off now. And those threadfin channels start making their way up to the main river channels. And a spoon bite is unbelievable. So, Don told me that he was on a spoon bite already, but the groups of fish are not real big, so you might catch 10, then they move, and then you have to go find them again, and you just keep looking. But as we get more in the fall, I've been on a spoon bite where I'm sitting on them for an hour, 2 hours, nonstop, just yanking them in left and right. I did a video at Berryessa. I did a video at Folsom Lake, and they were both in the fall, and all I did was grab the bait and just had a field day. And we're using the Blade Runner 1 3/4 ounce spoons. And Morning Dawn is probably the best color. So the stripers in the American River, there's always some because they live there all year round. And Kyler over at Fisherman's Warehouse, he guides. So if it's something you want to do close to home, he's got a drift boat. He's doing trips on steelhead. They're catching like 3 to 5 steelhead on a drift, and they're catching stripers. So you can always get a hold of Kyler by calling Fisherman's Warehouse in Sacramento, and if you want to book a trip that's close. So other than that, I haven't been bass fishing in the lakes, but I'm going to do it pretty soon here. I'm going to get my spoons out and start, maybe grab Rick and go on Blade Runner and go up there and see if I can find them. So, but other than that, I think the bass fishing, Don was telling me that he was drop shotting and throwing Kitex, top water in the morning, obviously, and then catching a lot of them drop shotting and Kitex, which I think you could do at any of the lakes right now. And the fish, that transition's coming in the fall. The bass bite in the Delta is still off the hook. I haven't been out since I've been back from Alaska, but I'll be out pretty quick here. And I'm going to bring get my punching rod and my flipping stick out and go put it to them, because this is the time of year, one of the favorite times of my time of the year is in the fall when the water temperature starts dropping. These fish start feeding, they move on the wood, and it's just crazy. It's a crazy bite. So that's all coming up right around the corner right now. Some of the other things going on is your kokanee kind of ending right now. You know, we're getting in late in the season, but I know they're still catching them. They're starting to turn a little bit. Denise was up at Union Valley, caught them up to 17 inches. I know Kevin Vogel's been up there. He's been catching them. So the kokanee bite's still good. You know, if you want to get one more crack at them, I would do it in the next couple weeks. And then I think it's going to be starting to get late. Trout fishing, unbelievable with Nate up there at Berryessa. Big Nate's been crushing them all year. And I know some other guys have been sneaking up there and pulling Speedy Shiners and Optima Spoons and catching the heck out of them. So that Eagle Lake trout up there has been going all year. It's been phenomenal this year. Nothing like it. Nobody, we haven't seen anything like that, you know, this year, and they're still catching the heck out of them. I'm sure you could go up in the high Sierras and catch them, you know, because we're getting into the winter months. So the action should pick up here real soon. So other than that, crappie fishing, get ready. I'll be starting to get my stuff out and start grafting around in the Delta and maybe head up to Berryessa and do some crappie and maybe some bluegill fishing too. You know, there's so much going on right now that, you know, you can't do everything. So, you know, I try to do as much as I can and listen to friends that have been out. And then, you know, that's why I do these reports, so I could actually help you guys so you don't have to waste your time. So, you know, there's that buddy of mine that's got, has that channel called Blind Squirrel channel, and take a look at it because he'll go out and he'll do real good on the lake and post it and show you guys everything. And then when he goes out and doesn't do any good, like I did today, you know, he still posts it. So, you know, give him a look and hit that subscribe button. And every Saturday, you know, I'm still on the California Sportsman at 6:40, and I give you the weekly report what's been going on. I even called in when I was in Alaska. And every first of the month I go in the studio, and sometimes I'll jump on Ultimate Bass with Kent, and then I do the radio show after. So, you know, listen up on that. And then on, if you guys got any repairs that you want to do, or buy a new boat, or buy new electronics, or you got trouble with it, you know, you could call Gone Fishing Marine. Just tell them I sent you over there, and they'll treat you better. So other than that, if you like this video, hit that like, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.